Welcome to the Wealthiest, where you will learn the ins and outs about the world's elite, how they live and how they spend their accumulated wealth. Let's get started. As Vladimir Putin's bodyguards, their primary responsibility is to ensure the safety and security of the Russian president at all times. In the event of an attack, they would respond immediately and decisively to neutralize the threat and protect the president. They would have been well-trained and well-equipped to handle any situation, even those involving armed assailants. It would be difficult to attack Vladimir Putin. He not only has security by his side at all times, but snipers are also following him from rooftops. This is how Vladimir Putin's bodyguards would respond to an assault on the Russian leader. The preparation. Members of the team come about a month before the president is scheduled to visit in order to coordinate their security plans with the local authorities and inspect the lodging the president will be staying in, so that no technicians or repairmen would need to enter the living quarters while the president was there. Everything has been fixed down to the last doorknob. The engineers and technicians of the security team set up jammers to stop any radio detonation signals from reaching the president's location. In order to monitor any suspicious activity, the equipment maintained by the president's monitoring team pings all smartphones and other devices in close vicinity to the president's position. If your privacy is a concern, you should be aware that the president's security team is authorized by Russian law to install and use any type of hardware or software for tapping, perform body searches, enter any building or organization, and confiscate any vehicle if doing so is essential for the president's safety. Yet, the seizure of civilian automobiles is only permitted under exceptional circumstances, and no official records of even a single instance of such an occurrence exist. The president arrives only after such careful planning has been carried out and security gets right to work. Whom does Federal Protective Service protect? The Federal Protective Service, officially known as the Federal Guard Service of the Russian Federation, is the special agency in charge of the Russian president's security. Although its finances and personnel records are partially confidential, half official sources claim that it employs over 50,000 people in total. Why are there so many? The Federal Protection Service, in addition to protecting the president, also looks out for the safety of a number of other people: speakers of the State Duma and the Soviet of the Russian Federation, the Prime Minister, the Ministers of Foreign Affairs and Defense, the Director of the Federal Security Service, the President of the Security Council, the President of the Presidential Administration and his deputies, and the Chairman of the Central Election Commission. The President's special declaration may offer personal security to other statesmen. Who are Putin's bodyguards? A specialized division of the Federal Security Service is responsible for the president's personal security. Interestingly, prior military service is not a requirement for this profession. According to a former member of the president's security team, it is doubtful that the president's security guard will have to set up ambushes on mountain trails or jump with a parachute. Although having expertise in combat is helpful, it frequently has little bearing on our work. You attack in a conflict. A bodyguard should only shield the dignitary from invisible threats. This is why former police officers are not suitable candidates, since they are taught to arrest, whereas the president's bodyguards put the president's security before having to catch the attacker. The guard must have operational psychology, which implies being able to predict and avert dangers, and to do this unseen by others, which is equally vital. Moreover, candidates must be under 35, between 175 and 190 centimeters tall, and weigh between 75 and 90 kilograms to be considered for the position. Foreign language proficiency and a general understanding of politics are additional requirements for the president's personal guards, simply to comprehend who approaches the president and how these individuals ought to be handled. The presidential guards are very tough. They have been trained to resist sweating in hot weather and to endure significant cold in light overcoats. Some reports claim that they use medications that have an impact on physiological functions. The bodyguards are permitted to smoke, which helps them decompress from stress more quickly, although obviously not when they are in training or at work. The president's bodyguards are released after 35 years old, since their job is so physically and mentally draining. The guards are arranged in 4 loose circles when the president is in public. Team 1. Putin's personal bodyguards. The president's personal bodyguards, a group of ominous-looking men in suits, dark sunglasses, earpieces in their ears, and suitcases, are the people closest to him. They appear menacing for a reason, for potential attackers. This is the first indication that the dignitary is well guarded. His hands, which are usually in front of the body with the left hand frequently elevated halfway, are another characteristic that suggests a bodyguard. The guard must always be in an attentive position. This is a must, since protecting the president with their bodies in the event of danger is the direct responsibility of the first circle. These men are holding portable shields that can be used to shelter the president from projectiles. The guards are equipped with a 9mm Gurza handgun, which can fire up to 40 rounds per minute and penetrate bulletproof vests from a distance of 50 meters. Yet, if there is a firefight, the security team has failed. Any attacks should, above all, be stopped in advance. The guards also carry Kevlar umbrellas, which are extremely durable and capable of shielding the ward from bullets as additional protection. The bodyguards would likely form a defensive shield around the president and attempt to evacuate him from the area as quickly and safely as possible. Meanwhile, other members of the security detail would engage the attackers and attempt to neutralize them using a combination of defensive tactics and lethal force if necessary. They would also coordinate with law enforcement and other emergency responders to ensure that the situation is contained and under control as quickly as possible. Team 2. Secret guards in the crowd. Putin's second circle of bodyguards is occupied scanning the crowd for potential dangers, making it improbable that an opponent will ever approach so close. They wear formal wear to blend in and behave covertly when patrolling. If they notice a potential threat, they would probably separate the culprit from the crowd and arrest them right away. The goal, of course, as mentioned, is to be secret and not stand out. Team 3. Bodyguards securing the perimeter. Luckily for Putin, a third squad of bodyguards is in charge of monitoring the perimeter for public events. They keep an eye out for any suspicious activity near the president while standing just outside the crowd. No assailant will ever be able to approach Putin near enough to act if they do their jobs correctly. Securing the perimeter is a key component in the overall process. Team 4. Snipers. Rooftops serve as the location of the last and fourth circle of defense. A group of skilled snipers is standing by to eliminate any potential threats. A red dot would appear on someone's forehead immediately if they made suspicious gestures or ran in the direction of Putin. If an attack does take place, the president will be immediately removed from the area by the bodyguards. These snipers are trained to kill in one shot. Lastly, the heavy component of the unit travels with the president's cortege in armored vans. The AK-47s, Dragunov sniper rifles, anti-tank grenade launchers, and transportable OSA anti-aircraft missile systems are carried by these special operations forces. But the biggest asset of the president's protection in case of Vladimir Putin is the president himself. According to numerous former members of the president's security, Putin is a generally manageable dignitary because he has experience working for the Soviet and Russian secret services. He consistently complies with the security requirements set forth by his security staff since he is confident in their expertise. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video of how Vladimir Putin's bodyguards respond to an attack. What component fascinated you most? Tell us in the comments if you liked this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, The Wealthiest. Until then, stay safe, dream big, and see you in the next video.